Monday, I experienced an unforeseen medical condition that required immediate attention here in Texas. As a result, I am presently prohibited from traveling. The good news is that it appears everything is okay, and with a little rest, I will be back at the ballpark very soon. I was fortunate to wear the Angels uniform for 8 years during the 1970s. The Angels will always be the team that created a solid foundation for my career. I know my family enjoyed those years here, and I will always have a special place in my heart for the fans that came out and supported us during that time. Some of the greatest memories as an Angel were spent with Mr. Autry. He was not only the owner, but he was also my good friend. I enjoyed the time that I was able to spend with Mr. Autry, and I can honestly tell you that he is among the greatest men that I have ever had the privilege of knowing. I am proud that even after 13 years since his passing, the fans here at the Big A, no question, the greatest, still remember him and appreciate all that he has done for the community as well as the Angels organization. I send my best to Artie, Jackie, Rod, Bobby, Brian, and Chuck for a memorable evening ahead, and I salute you, the fans, for coming out and supporting the recognition of such a special man. Although I cannot be with you all tonight, please know that I am thinking of you, and I appreciate the wonderful tribute to Mr. Autry. I hope to see you all in September. And now please welcome the first inductee into the Angels Baseball Hall of Fame. This gentleman played on each of the first 3 Angels championships clubs. One of the Angels' most popular players from 1977 through 1986. He ranked among the top 3 in several Angels all-time offensive categories at the time of his induction in 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of baseball's all-time greatest second basemen, Bobby Grich. The 4th member of the Angels Hall of Fame was inducted in 1991, just 2 weeks after he was enshrined in Cooperstown, New York. The 16th player in Major League history to reach 3,000 hit plateau. His career encompassed 19 Major League seasons, including his time with the Halos from 79 to 85. He won 7 American League batting titles and the Most Valuable Player award in 1977 when he hit only .388, just couldn't get the 400. 239 hits, 128 runs scored, 18-time All-Star, Hall of Famer Rod Carew. Another member of the Angels Hall of Fame, the late Jimmy Reese, remains with us in spirit. A member of the Angels organization for 23 seasons, a former roommate of Babe Ruth. Jimmy began his career with the Los Angeles Angels of the Pacific Coast League in 1917 and remained in professional baseball until his passing in 1994. His legacy will forever be part of Angels baseball. Next up, he played with the Angels from 1978 through 1990. His legacy, however, not defined only by the offensive numbers that he recorded, but also by his gritty and selfless style of play that gained him the respect and admiration of both teammates as well as these great fans here at the Big A. He remains among the Angels' top 5 all-time leaders in 8 major offensive categories. A disciplined hitter, Brian totaled 1,197 walks and had an on-base percentage for his career of .370. He came to epitomize the definition of a self-made player, Fred Lynn's worst nightmare, Brian Downing. Next, the most accomplished left-hander in club history. Served not only as the leader in the clubhouse, but on the field as well. Chuck pitched for the Angels from 1986 through 1999. He remains the Angels' all-time leader in wins, starts, innings pitched, and second in strikeout. A 4-time All-Star, Chuck won 10 or more games for the Angels 10 times in his memorable career, including back-to-back 18-9 seasons in 1990 and 91. During his tenure with the Angels, he pitched 200 or more innings 8 times and struck out 200 or more batters 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, the big left-hander, Chuck Finley. At this time, we'd like to direct your attention to the video boards at a look at the life and legacy of Gene Autry. We'd now like to invite some of our Angels Hall of Fame members to say a few words. First up, Bobby Grich.
Good evening. I'm extremely honored to be a part of this great induction ceremony today. I've been asked to say a few words about what Mr. Autry meant to me. Well, what do you say about the one person who's the most influential, the most important, and the one that changes your life forever, and the one that makes all your dreams come true? Well, for me, that's really easy. I just say thank you, Mr. Gene Autry. Without Mr. Autry, I never would have been an Angel, and I wouldn't be here today. In fact, none of us would be here today. He had the vision, the courage, the leadership, the generosity, and the passion for baseball to bring a major league team to Orange County so all of us could enjoy this, the most beautiful stadium in all of America for the past 50 years. Go ahead, you can clap. That's all right. I'm with you. Mr. Autry forever changed all of our lives, and he will never, ever be forgotten. Along with this distinguished group, we welcome with open arms Mr. Gene Autry to the Angels Hall of Fame with deep and humble respect. Thank you very much.
Everyone knows this guy, right? Hall of Famer Rod Carew.
Thank you. Tonight we pay tribute to one of the best that brought this organization right here to Anaheim. The reason I came to Anaheim in 1979 was because of Mr. Autry. Lyman Bostock and Danny Ford told me about Mr. Autry and the type of person that he was. So I became an Angel. And for the 7 years that I was here playing under Gene Autry, I cannot tell you how this man felt about his players. Didn't matter who they were, superstars, utility players, didn't matter. Gene would always take the time to come down and sit and chat with them. To the fans, Gene loved each and every one of you. For us, he was our 26th player on our team. So every year that we came out, we always tried to win one for Gene because we knew how special it was to him to win, and we wanted to win one for him. Gene, thanks for bringing all of us together, and I know that we'll all see you one day. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Brian Downing, Anaheim's own, and I grew up and got to see the Angels from day one in 1961 when they were playing in Dodger Stadium, and then Mr. Autry brought them to Anaheim, and it had always been my dream to get here, and they finally traded for me in 1978, and I was lucky enough to get to play here 13 years for him. And as Rod previously said, he was a driving force for us, always made us want to give everything we had just to try to win one for him, try to get the World Series for him. That was our overriding concern from day one. But my fondest memories were actually in Palm Springs when we had spring training there every year, and we'd have like our welcome home luncheon, and he'd bring out all those old-time Hollywood stars and old Western stars and have this luncheon, and he'd always get up there and make that initial speech, and he was really a funny guy, and it was always our highlight. So I was just honored I got to play here 13 years for him, and I'm glad to be here tonight. I wish Nolan could be here so I could catch the first pitch from Nolan like the 79 playoffs, but maybe sometime in the future. Thank you.
Hello, Angel fans. Some 50 years ago, the singing cowboy, number 26, rode into Orange County and changed the summers for the rest of us for the better. Whether it been through millions of dollars in charitable donations or hundreds of thousands of Little League kids being able to walk this field, I think our summers have been a lot better by him doing so. The one thing I remember about Gene Autry was the fact that in 1985 when I was drafted, I asked the team to send me a media guide to let me learn a bit of history about the Angels. And when they did, I read up on Mr. Autry and all the things that he had accomplished in his lifetime. As a 22-year-old kid, I thought I would probably never see the likes of Mr. Autry, only to read about him. And lo and behold, 3 months later, I was invited to Big League Camp, and I was sitting there talking to Mr. Autry as if I had known the man for years. I found that to be very warming and pleasant. And the one thing I knew about Mr. Autry over the years that I spent with him, that it did not matter if you were the 25th guy on the team and the first guy, the number one fan that sits behind the home plate or the fan that sits up in the upper deck, you would count on you would always be treated in the same respect. And that is very hard to find in this day and age. So, Jackie, I thank you for your employment. I know there were times where Gene wanted to fire me, but I'm glad you talked him out of it. And thanks to all you Angel fans. You've meant the world to Gene, and we love him so dearly. Thank you.
We'd now like to ask Artie Moreno to please step forward in a special ring presentation for Jackie Autry.
Congratulations, Jackie, and to Gene. All the best.
I'd like to thank all of you who came out here this evening to participate in Gene's ceremony. Some of you may wonder why he was not in the Hall of Fame to begin with. Well, the players had come off of a protracted labor strike in 1981. And in 1982, Don Baylor who was the representative for the players, came to Buzzy Bavasi and said, Buzzy, the players have decided that we would like to retire Gene Autry's number. And Buzzy said, well, he doesn't have a number. So Don said, we'd like to give him the number 26 for the 26th man on the club, because he has been behind us all the way through up and down, and no matter what we've done, no matter how bad we've played, he's always come back into the clubhouse and said, guys, we'll get him tomorrow. Well, I think my husband was here with us in 2002, and those of you that don't think he wasn't may have been missing something extraordinary. Gene Autry was not only beloved because of his work on the silver screen, but because of his generosity and kindness as a Major League Baseball owner. Those times have changed a lot since unions got involved, but Gene always felt that his players were his sons, the family that he never had and that he always wanted. But unfortunately, he never had any children, so he felt that the kids, as he called them, on the baseball team were part of his family. Again, I don't want to prolong this because I know we have a baseball game with the Texas Rangers, of course, whom we are going to beat. I'm sorry. Although I did not do a very good job as American League president this year against the National League, but I think 13-2-1 isn't too bad a record. Again, thank you for coming to this celebration. I know I love you, and I know my husband loved you, and he loved his players. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly ask for Jackie Autry to join our Angels Hall of Famer in our official first ball ceremony.
Gentlemen, let's play ball.
What a night. Hopefully the Angels will be back in the saddle again, not only tonight against the Rangers, but this season. Coming up, we've got baseball. It's the first of three, the Texas Rangers and your Halos on a very special night when the Cowboy, Gene Autry, is the 9th member inducted into the Angels Baseball Hall of Fame. Victor and Gooby, the lineups and the call of Game 1 of the series when we come back right after this. Enjoy it, everybody.
For a limited time, Jack's Really Big Chicken Sandwich Combo is back. 2 chicken patties, bacon, and melting cheese, served with a 20-ounce drink and small seasoned curly fries for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By AT&T. Find out more about AT&T Uverse. It's TV like you've never seen before at AT&T.com. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Nissan. It's Nissan's bottom line sales event, and we're laying it all on the line. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today.
Well, you could not ask for a better day for the induction ceremonies of the singing cowboy himself, the former owner of the Angels, Gene Autry. The Hall of Fame induction ceremonies just concluding down on the field. This is game number 1 of the 3-game set between the Angels and the division-leading Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers, Gooby, with a 4-game lead over the Halos, and you've got Seattle and Oakland bringing up 3rd and 4th place. But right now, with 13 left to play, 10 here at the Big A, it's time to take care of business against a very good team and a very hot team right now.
They've
the Texas
done
Rangers.
Everything well of late, including in this 11-game winning streak, playing tremendous baseball, good defense, which has kind of been a problem for most of the season until recent time. The starting pitching and the pitching overall has been outstanding as far as that ERA, barely over 2. The starters, they get a 9-0 mark with 2 complete games. The batting average, of course, they're always going to hit, but it's really come down to the fact is they're pitching well and playing some great defense and being extremely aggressive on the base pass. But the bottom line is keep them on the bases, you win the game.
Well, Mike Scioscia's got his boys ready to go. The Angels making a move before the game, recalling Tyler Chadwick because he's making the start here this evening, and then optioning down Hank Conger to AAA Salt Lake. Let's take a look at Ron Washington's starting lineup for this evening. The Rangers at 55 and 41. He has Ian Kinsler leading things off at second. Elvis Andrews is the shortstop. Josh Hamilton, the reigning American League Most Valuable Player, in left field. Adrian Beltre is at third. Michael Young is the DH. Nelson Cruz in right. Mitch Moreland starting to get hot, especially with the long ball. He's at first base. Mike Napoli, first appearance back here at the Big A in a Rangers uniform. He'll bat 8th and do the catching, and Andy Chavez will bat 9th and play center field. Taking on Tyler Chadwick. It's been a long time since we last saw Tyler. He got their start here on July the 6th against the Tigers, and with the All-Star break, and because they're trying to limit his innings, did not pitch in the rest of the first half, getting his first start here in the second half.
Yeah, I think that was a wise decision by not only Mike Scioscia, but the entire Angel organization. That way you keep him strong and healthy as the season progresses. He's only 21 years old and hasn't put together a season which he's going to throw a lot of pitches like he's going to do in the championship season here in the major leagues. Bottom line is, establish that fastball, work down the strike zone. Again, get back to being aggressive and throwing strikes. You want to force this Ranger club to hit the baseball on the ground and not give free passes as far as the walk.
Let's take a look at the Dodge Ram Angels defensively. Howie Kendrick in left, Vernon Wells in center, Torrey Hunter is in right. Alberto Callaspo and Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield. Meister Spiris, Mark Trumbo on the right side. Jeff Mathis behind the plate.
And Torrey Hunter's done an outstanding job in that right field position. 9-time Gold Glover, 10 outfield assists, 0 errors in that right field position this season. Been very aggressive as far as charging the baseball. We all know how well he goes back on the baseball, but doing a great job in that right field position. Mark Trumbo there at first base. Of course, he's done a nice job. He had a very active series against Oakland, which he had 8 unassisted plays at first base, 5 ground ball outs, and 3 pop-ups he made. As far as getting more and more acclimated to that position, very aggressive as far as turning a 3-6-3 double play.
Well, Tyler Chadwick's ready to throw the first pitch tonight. Ian Kinsler stepping to the plate. Kinsler starting to get his groove on as far as the offensive side of things. Hitting .252, 15 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Got off to a slow start this year. Chadwick's first offering is a fastball in there for a strike. This is the first appearance for Tyler Chadwick against the Texas Rangers this year. That outing he had against the Tigers back on July the 6th. It was a 5-4 loss. Tigers coming from behind in that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. In that start, as you recall, a lot of wildness for Tyler Chadwick. 5 walks, 1 strikeout against the Tigers.
Yeah, that's the thing where he was just overthrowing the baseball, not trusting his stuff. When you see that 93-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner at the knees, that's when you know as a young pitcher it doesn't matter. You have that type of ability to spot the fastball, that velocity, you should be successful if you're aggressive.
He's ahead of the count here at 1-2, and Kinsler chops this one foul. And so the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chabot is making his 3rd start in July. He's 0-1 with a 3.48 ERA. He's pitched okay at home, a 2-4 record and a 3.84 ERA compared to the 3.32 out on the road. Another 1-2. There's that curveball. They want an appeal, but he did not go, says Jim Wolf. A reluctant Jim Wolf. But it's a warm night here. And heat wave not only hitting across the country, but hitting here in Southern California, just like it was a couple of weeks ago. Temperature in the 90s. The pitch is down low, which is unseasonably warm this time of year.
Yeah, usually it doesn't get really warm until August, sometimes even September here.
Full count on Kinsler. Chops this one over toward 3rd. Callaspo's got it.
Well, that's one thing you like to see out of Tyler Chabot early in the ballgame, getting ground ball out, staying down in the strike zone, forcing the Rangers to swing the bat. They are, like I mentioned in the pregame show, extremely aggressive on the bases. Going 1st to 3rd, they'll even try to score from 1st on a single into the outfield. They don't slow down a whole lot.
There's Elvis Andrus, the shortstop. Comes in batting .285 with 3 home runs, 34 runs batted in. If you're going to keep a couple of guys on base, Kinsler and Andrus would be those guys. Von Washington, free reign to those 2 on the base paths. Texas with 92 stolen bases, 2nd in the American League in that category. Andrus with 27, Kinsler with 19. 0-1 pitch. It was a fastball missing just a little bit high. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Who has the advantage when you've got a young man on the mound that has not faced a team? Is it the pitcher or do the hitters have the advantage?
Pitcher, big time advantage. Before you get a book as a hitter, you can see all the video and read all the scouting reports you want. But until you know his tendencies, the pitcher has the advantage. And Chatwood right now doing a good job keeping that ball down in the zone. Eventually in that dugout, 1st or 2nd time through, they're going to be able to see their tendencies. See if Chatwood would go fastball first pitch, curveball when he's ahead of the count, change up at certain spots.
He's got the veteran crew chief behind the plate, Darrell Cousins, calling the balls and strikes. Jim Wolf, we just saw, he's over at 1st. DJ Rayburn is at 2nd base. Ron Copa is at 3rd. DJ of no relation to Gene Rayburn.
Not the match game?
No. At least not that we know of. Got to check out his Wikipedia page. 1 ball, no strikes on Josh Hamilton, hitting .294. As he drills this one out toward left. Going back is Howie Kinsler, pulls up, and it's a 1-hopper off the base of the wall. And Hamilton in at 2nd with a 2-out double, his 17th of the year.
You see that great opposite field power that Josh Hamilton has. Pretty decent pitch. It was down a little bit of the middle part of the plate that went with the pitch. Still think the best and most effective way to pitch against Hamilton is throw the fastball inside on him and change speeds. Very difficult for him to stay back on a slow curveball and a fastball, particularly inside.
So Texas with a man in scoring position here in the 1st as Adrian Beltre steps to the plate. Beltre really picked up the slack for Texas when Josh Hamilton was on the disabled list. All-star this year, hitting .268 with 19 home runs. 72 runs batted in.
A great run production from Beltre. You know, his defense, and although he has struggled sometimes during the course of this year defensively, it certainly hasn't slowed down his run production.
0-1 pitch. Beltre fouls it off to the right. And it is 0-2. Big crowd here. Big walk-up crowd as well. And why not? Pretty good series. Here's the 0-2. Beltre takes upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think you notice about Adrian Beltre, we talk all the time, movement, happy feet at the plate. He's guessing along with a pitcher. He's thinking in terms of trying to get out in front, take away that break on the curveball, but Chatwin went upstairs with the fastball instead.
Off speed, gets him to chase that one. He rolls it foul, so the count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's the third meeting of the year between these two teams, the first two taking place down in Arlington. The Angels took 2 of 3 between April the 18th and the 20th, and then lost 2 of 3 May 13th through the 15th. Another 1-2. Breaking pitch, fouls this one off his lower leg. Appears to be all right. And I don't know about you, but I think it's absolutely ridiculous in a 4-team division that on July 19th, Texas finally comes and plays a series here in Southern California.
Highly unusual, especially consider the success the Angels have had against the Rangers playing at the Big A. But the reality is you want to face the club you're going to be contending with the entire season a number of times, not all in one bunch. Spread it out during the course of the season.
Yep. This one's pulled, and that is a fair ball. Texas is going to strike first as Beltre's on his way to second with an RBI double. He went with a breaking pitch again. Back-to-back doubles with 2 outs here in the first. Beltre picking up his 73rd run batted in.
Boy, just like the pitch before, a breaking ball that kind of backed up on Chatwood. See Mathis setting up away. Instead, the ball backed up middle part of the plate. Beltre, we see 72 RBI coming in and out of bat, does not miss a hanging breaking ball too often. 26th double this season.
Still looking for that third out as Michael Young steps to the plate. He's the designated hitter. Young has played some first base as well for Texas, capable of obviously playing second, short, and third. He played that coming up with the Blue Jays and then with the Texas Rangers in the early part of his Rangers career. As the fastball misses outside. And it's 1 ball, no strikes, hitting .321. 8 home runs, 62 runs batted in. The product of Bishop Amat High School. UC Santa Barbara.
Just a great hitter.
2 balls and no strikes. Texas, a very dangerous offensive team. Second in the American League in average, second in home runs, third in runs scored. And it goes on and on. Slugging, on base percentage. We mentioned the stolen bases. Two hits here in the first. They've got a 1-0 lead. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Jeff Mathis going to go out and have a conversation here with Tyler, who looked good early on, coming after both Kinsler and Andrews and inducing the ground balls to third.
And so often you see from particularly young pitchers get those 2 quick outs, and all of a sudden you think you're through the inning. Instead, a run comes across and you're now in some trouble with a 3-0 count.
.7 walks per 9 innings this year, second most in Major League Baseball.
And generally, when he's wild, it's wild down and below the strike zone. Doesn't miss by a lot. That's all the trust factor as far as a young pitcher attacking the strike zone.
3-1. Comes into this ball game having walked 52 and struck out 52. As you take a look at Nelson Cruz on deck. Through 10 pitches to get the first 2 outs, 12 pitches since. Looking for that third out of the first. Full count. Torrey Hunter playing somewhat shallow in right field. Michael Young is one of those guys that on occasion will try to turn on a baseball and pull it and drive it to the alley in left center field, but for the most part has made his bread and butter the opposite way. He'll take the base hit if it's given to him, especially in an RBI situation. Check swing. That pitch just missed outside. He did not go, and it's a walk.
Like just off the outside corner. Mathis tried to frame that, bring it back. Just off the corner. And I always feel that with Michael Young, he's a guy that when he's got 2 strikes on him, he's always looking away. He's susceptible to fastballs in, whether it's on the inside corner or even sometimes off the plate inside. Similar to Cal Ripken Jr., Alan Trammell, as far as look in early to turn on the ball, but then when they're behind in the count, they look to hit the ball the other way.
24 pitches thrown by Tyler. 14 strikes, 10 balls, just trying to get through that first. Nelson Cruz steps to the plate. He's the right fielder. Got a little 5-game hitting streak going. Chatwood misses outside. Cruz hitting .245. 21 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Guy who's got power to all fields. Adrian Beltre at second base. Michael Young at first. 1-1.
Already a critical part of the ballgame, even though it's only the first inning. Chatwood trying to get through this inning the way Texas has pitched lately themselves. Showed that 11-game win streak, 9-0 from their starting pitching.
A 2.09 ERA. 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Back-to-back doubles by Hamilton and Beltre, putting Texas up. And the walk to Michael Young, putting 2 men on. Fouled off to the right, so the count is even now at 2-2. Both teams with the off day yesterday. Texas coming off the 4-game sweep of the Seattle Mariners, while the Angels struggled through their 4-game series in Oakland, losing 3 of 4. And trying to regain that momentum that they had going into the All-Star break. Full count. Advantage to the Rangers with Beltre and Young being able to take off on the pitch. Runners take off. Here's the 3-2. Cruz bounces one over to Callasco. He'll go across the diamond. Low throw, but Trumbo's got it. That will end the inning. Texas gets a run on a couple of hits. We head to the bottom of the first. It stirs Hunter and Abreu to face Alexi Ogando with Texas on top. Leads things off at second. Torrey Hunter's in right field. Bobby Abreu will bat third to serve as the DH. Vernon Wells, the cleanup hitter, in center field. Alberto Callasco at third. Howie Kendrick in left. Eric Ibar at short. Mark Trumbo getting to start at first. Jeff Mathis back behind the plate, taking on the 27-year-old from San Pedro in the Dominican Republic by the name of Alexi Ogando.
Yeah, Ogando's got a very good fastball. He can rush it up there 93 to 98 with good movement. Curveball that he changes speeds with that, and also a split finger changeup. Again, he's in uncharted waters right now as far as innings pitched. He's been a reliever. Now all of a sudden thrown into that starting role, has been outstanding at that role, but you just got to keep an eye on him as far as the Rangers, as far as how far they're going to let him go as far as innings pitched and pitches during the course of a game.
He was very good in his rookie campaign last year, working out of the bullpen. Meister grounds one weekly to second base. Again, Kinsler's there. Just like that, one out here in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Rangers defensively. Hamilton, Chavez, and Cruz around the outfield. Beltre, Andrews, Kinsler, Moreland from third to first. Napoli behind the plate.
And Adrian Beltre, you can make an argument one of the best third basemen as far as coming in on bunts or slow choppers down third base. But he has made 11 errors this season, which is a high amount for him. He's a guy with a very strong arm, not afraid to throw from any angle to be able to get that runner at first base.
Torrey Hunter looks at a fastball for a strike. Torrey still looking for that first hit since the All-Star break. 0 for 15 in that series against the Oakland Athletics. The 0-1 pitch. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Perhaps a little refreshed from celebrating, as he pointed out, his quote-unquote 28th birthday yesterday. Torrey turning 36 in actual numbers.
What's he, Jack Benny?
Yeah. Swinging through the fastball. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Torrey with the 0 for 15 since the break, hitting .239, 11 home runs, and 45 runs batted in. And Ogando disposes of Torrey for out number 2. Pretty good fastball, as you talked about. Pretty good slider as well. I mentioned he made his debut last year with Texas, pitching in 44 games, all out of the bullpen. Had a 4-1 record, a 1.30 ERA. Lowest ERA in Rangers history with a minimum of 40 innings pitched. We'll see the last 2 starts better than what he had the previous 3 starts. And, you know, guys, especially in their first full season, making that conversion from the bullpen to that starting role are going to go through some ups and downs as Bobby takes a strike.
Again, he does have an overpowering fastball at times. And when you don't feel quite as fresh as a starter after making that conversion from a reliever, you have a tendency to try to hit the corners instead of challenging hitters, and that's where he ran into some issues.
Ogando's a guy that does not take a whole lot of time as Bobby lines him towards center, but Chavez had him played perfectly. And the Angels go down very quietly here in the first. One of the books. Texas leads it 1-0. Nothing lead. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule between these two teams. 3-game series tonight through Thursday afternoon. A 4-game series here, August 15th through the 18th. And the last trip to Texas happens on the 26th through the 28th of August. And the last 3 days of the season, September 26th through the 28th. Remember, the season concludes earlier this year, right here at the Big A against Texas.
Bottom line is you have to establish home field advantage against this club. You've had success against them in the past, but the reality is it's a little different team, this Texas Ranger ball club. They can pitch now. We always know they can hit. Now they're pitching very well.
Texas sends up the bottom third of their order. Moreland, Napoli, and Chavez. Mitch Moreland, the first baseman, hitting .264. 12 home runs 27 runs batted in as he swings through that pitch. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler threw 30 pitches in that first inning, 17 for strikes. Agando threw 8. 7 strikes. 0-2. Moreland rolls over this one. It's a foul ball. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Missed inside, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moreland had been scuffling going into that series against Seattle. He snapped an 0 for 14 with a 3-run home run on Sunday. And a guy, when he connects, could drive it a long way. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's a guy that likes to pitch down in the strike zone also. Pitch that Tyler missed. Mathis wanted that ball elevated. He missed location on the foul ball.
There's the off-speed pitch. Gets him to roll this one to his Sturz. And there's the first out of the second. Fans groups of 25 or more can enjoy exciting Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Make your plans to be part of the 50th anniversary celebration and book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angels.com/groups. The first out recorded via the ground ball. Here to start the second, Mike Napoli. It's a nice welcome back to the Big A. Hitting .253, 13 home runs, 34 driven home as that pitch is outside for ball 1. Napoli, in the 6 games that these two teams have played against each other, 3 for 12 against the Halos. 2 balls and no strikes. He's been swinging the bat incredibly well of late. 8 for his last 14. And after getting the first out via the ground ball, Chabot struggling to find a strike zone again.
And that's the ups and downs you deal with a young pitcher. You just lose that focus after you get a good quick out on a ground ball. Good pitches to Moreland. Consistently threw the ball well there. Then gets a quick out. Now falling behind 3-0.
3-1. Andy Chavez, center fielder, on deck. Foul back. That is a full count. That went right over the head of what we believe to be the stand-in for the world's most interesting man, Amari P. Gonzalez, doing the Spanish broadcast for the Angels.
He is the world's most interesting man, too.
Part 2, yeah. He doesn't want to believe it, but he is. 3-2. Napoli gets one foul into the seats down the right field line. So we'll reset and do it again. This is the 4th full count for Tyler. 8th batter he has faced. Napoli asking for time, and it was granted.
Mathis wanted a fastball away. Right back with that fastball in the outside part.
This one lined into center field, a base hit. Getting that pitch up, a 1-out knock. Puts a man on for Texas here in the second, bringing up Andy Chavez.
And Napoli, when he starts swinging the bat well, he hits the ball up the middle to right center field. He has good power to right center, as we saw a number of years with the Angels. He's the guy that will swing at breaking pitches out of the strike zone. You got to work ahead of the count first to do so.
Yeah, mentioned those splits for Tyler Chabot overall in the season between pitching here at home versus out on the road, but of late it's been a real struggle for him while wearing the home whites. The first pitch to Chavez is a strike. Tyler winless in his last 4 home starts, 0-3 record with a 5.57 ERA. 21 innings, 13 earned runs, make that now 22 innings, 14 earned runs. And ahead of the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Andy Chavez hitting .342 on the year. You should take a look at the splits that we mentioned in that first inning.
And you would think it would be just the other way around because it's a great pitcher's yard here at the Big A.
0-2. Chavez bounces this one to second. He's got good speed. It's going to be difficult to turn 2, and they just get the lead runner. Ibar pointing to Napoli. Well, actually pointing to DJ Rayburn about Napoli's slide, but it appeared as if Napoli could still reach out and touch the base, and that's the question I think Ibar was asking.
And that, in fact, he threw the leg up at him. Well, the reality is that's a good hard takeout at second base.
Clean play.
It's worth the
nice effort.
Question, though, they ask, you never know. Sometimes an umpire can caught up in that. We called a double play.
Chavez reaching on the fielder's choice. That brings up Ian Kinsler, the leadoff man. It bounced down to Callaspo in the first.
When Texas has been running a lot of late. 92 stolen bases as a team. Chavez with 6 stolen bases in 7 attempts.
Fastball strike on the outside corner. A chance to catch up with Ron Washington prior to the ceremony, right after he just finished throwing batting practice. And talking about his team and when to put the reins on him, when to take the reins off. He got to a point where he saw, you know what, they're not making the right decisions on the bases. We're going to hold things off, and you get guys coming to him saying, hey, we want to run. Let's go. Force the issue. As Kinsler takes down low. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. But his point being, you can't just run wild. You got to do it with purpose and do it right. And once the guy said, you know what, we're going to do it right, he's let him go. And he trusts his players. He trusts the talent that he has on his roster.
I think the big thing, too, he always admired the way Mike Scioscia and the Angels played baseball when he was a third base coach with Oakland. Oakland was his station-to-station club when he was there. And he always liked the fact that Scioscia would press the opponent's defense consistently. And that's what the kind of a philosophy he's taken over with the Rangers, not just wait back for a 3-run home run all the time.
Chavez was leaning there as Kinsler skies went out toward left center field. Vernon Wells moving over to his right. That will end the inning. No runs ahead, 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the second with Texas still on top. Back-to-back doubles from Josh Hamilton and Adrian Beltre in the first inning with 2 outs. Much better inning for Tyler Chadwood there in the second. No strikeouts, no walks for him, and down 1-0. And here in the bottom of the second, it'll be Wells, Callaspo, and Kendrick against Alexi Ogando. Threw 8 pitches in the first, picked up a strikeout. Vernon looks at a fastball for a strike at 95 miles per hour.
One thing about Ogando, though, he will throw an occasional flat breaking ball over the plate. He's given up 10 home runs this season.
There's a breaking pitch that catches the corner. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Vernon flipping one down the right field line and tailing foul into the seats. The count remains at 0-2. Wells went 2 for 10 in that Oakland series. 11 of his last 20 hits. The extra base hit variety as he swings through the breaking pitch, and there's the first out to start this second. Fans, on Tuesday, August the 2nd, the Halos take on the Minnesota Twins at 7:05. All fans in attendance will receive a 50th anniversary banner courtesy of Chevy. Purchase your tickets today by visiting the Angels Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. So 1 out, nobody on for Alberto Callaspo. Takes a fastball in tight. Alberto with a 6-game hitting streak in which he's hit .455. So slowly but surely getting out of that funk that he was in just prior to the All-Star break. Takes upstairs, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, he's doing a much better job as far as going with the pitch. If they go fastball or off-speed pitch away, he's able to hit it in the left field. If they try to sneak something inside, he's able to turn on it. Obviously, Mickey Hatcher working with all the hitters to get back to their good, consistent approach that kind of went away up there in Oakland.
Looks at a fastball for a strike, 2-1. And that series against Oakland went 6 for 14. A .273 hitter from the left side of the plate. That pitch just missed off the plate, 3-1. Alberto, a .320 hitter against left-handed pitching as he spins around. It's over from the right side. And there's a guy right now that wishes the All-Star break never happened. Even though he was honored to be an All-Star, he was going very good prior to that. And there's a walk. The Angels' first base runner of this ball game comes with 1 out here in the second. To bring up Howie Kendrick. Howie's average at .294 now with 8 home runs and 30 runs batted in.
Ogando extremely quick to the plate as far as his times. He only settles in around 118. The average is around 125 to 13 as far as seconds to the plate, giving the catcher an opportunity to throw out a would-be base stealer.
Shoots this one out toward the alley in right center field. Long run for Andy Chavez. And the center fielder will track it down at the warning track as Callaspo heads back to first. 2 outs. Well, he got a fastball elevated, and that's when Howie's going good. That's the alley that he likes to shoot that baseball to.
Well, that's a good sign. Even though it is an out for him, it's a good approach and a good swing spurring up the baseball for Howie. Eric Ibar, who has a home run in his career against Ogando.
So 2 outs. Callaspo still at first. Here's Eric Ibar. And his 9-game hitting streak snapped Sunday. And 5 for 15 against the Athletics. Overall hitting .285. 7 home runs at 40 runs batted in. Texas with a run in the first. Callaspo with a pretty good lead over there at first base. So Ogando check in on him. Breaking pitch down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. We go back to May 13th. Down in Texas. Fastball down and in. And Ibar covered it. And at that point, his first home run of the year.
Ibar's been hitting that ball down and in very well of late.
It's the only run that the Angels would score that Friday night, 4-1 loss. It's jammed here and pops it up. Andrews gives way to Ian Kinsler, the second baseman. That will end the inning. No runs, no hits. The Angels get a base runner and leave them on. 2 in the books. 1-0 Texas. Here to start the top of the third inning. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Texas. Elvis Andrews, Josh Hamilton, Adrian Beltre. Andrews 0 for 1. Ground out to Callaspo in the first inning. Tyler falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Guy you want to get right here. With Hamilton on deck. And the fact that Andrews on the bases can start things going offensively for the Rangers. Takes a strike here. It's 2-1.
Well, you almost seem like you can throw him a lot of fastballs away and just bring your right fielder in a little more shallow to be able to make that play on him. He's looking to hit the ball the other way often.
Pitch apparently missed up and in. Andrews did not go around, or did he? No, he did not. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Full count. And these full counts are going to get that pitch count total up in a hurry. It's already up there at 54. With nobody out in the third. Count remains at 3-2. And that right there, that approach by Elvis Andrews is pretty much what he's looking to do. Kind of as we were just talking about Michael Young in the first inning when he came up. Although Andrews doesn't really like to turn on the ball and try to drive one out. He can. He's got the ability to. But he'll take his singles. He'll try to get on base. This one's chopped foul.
Yeah, the only pitch generally he's going to pull is an off-speed pitch or something that's going to run in, down and in. But he's looking to serve the ball to right field. He was a player with Toronto when I first came up. Thomas Garcia was that type of player where he just went the other way with fastball after fastball, but until you bring the right fielder up, he's going to get that hit into the fall in front of him.
Leadoff walk puts a man on for Josh Hamilton. Second walk issued by Chapman to go to those strikeouts and the 3 hits allowed. Hamilton had a double over the head of Howie Kendrick the first time up. So he's 1 for 1. The double is 17th. scored on the Beltre double down the line. Two balls and no strikes. The most difficult thing for Mike Butcher and Mike Scioscia is to sit there and tell Tyler Chatwood, you're painting yourself into a deeper corner by giving the advantage to an already good team in Texas.
The bottom line is if you get ahead of the count, doesn't matter who's at the plate, you got a great opportunity getting them out. Now, if you fall behind, then all of a sudden they can sit on a fastball
like that. Foul back to him.
They're going to get a good pass at a fastball. But if you get ahead 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, then all of a sudden the hitter's up there guessing. Is he going to throw a fastball? Is he going to throw a curveball? Is he going to throw a changeup? You have options. You don't have options when you're behind the count.
Quick check in on Elvis Andrus at first base. 27 stolen bases, only been caught 4 times. And a 2-1 count, typically a pretty good hit and run count. A little different dynamic with Hamilton at the plate, where the guy handles the bat so well. Ibar shading Hamilton toward the middle. Callaspo off the line at third. Great lead for Andrus at first.
He's timing that move too by Chatwood. There's similar times thrown over the first base. It's not a bad idea to step off the pitching rubber just to give him some different look. Good base stealers time pitchers as far as their time over the first and of course their delivery to the plate.
There he goes. 2-1 pitches down low. The third out from Mathis is not in time. A stolen base for Elvis Andrus and a 3-1 count on Josh Hamilton. That throw seemed to tail toward the second base side of the bag. Andrus was kind of looking back. I think if that throw is near or at the bag, they might have a pretty good shot at getting him. But as it is, it's a stolen base and a man in scoring position.
It's almost a look of a hit and run that was not swung at by Hamilton. Anytime you see a base stealer looking towards home, he's waiting for contact.
Another visit to the mound, this time by Mathis. Adrian Beltre on deck, still looking for that first out here in the third with Texas on top 1-0. Hamilton skies one to left. Howie Kendrick drifting over. Andrus going back to the bag. He's going to tag the throw from Kendrick out of time as the Angels get the first out, but now they've got a man at third base.
Well, Andrus read that very well. I saw Howie going back on the baseball, catching it as he's drifting towards the wall. He knows at that point it's a very difficult throw for Howie and then left fielder in general when you're going back on the baseball as compared to coming in. A better opportunity to throw him out of third base.
Infield in for Beltre. Double just inside the third base bag, his first inning at bat. Takes a fastball for a strike. 26th double for Beltre, picking up a 73rd run batted in as Hamilton scored.
Interesting, twice now he's taken the first pitch fastball. Beltre has always been known as a guy very aggressive on that first pitch fastball.
One ball, one strike. Beltre signing a 5-year deal with an option for the 6th, or vesting option for a 6th. In the offseason, the Angels, for a time, were said to be in the mix for Adrian's services, but ended up inking his contract with Texas. He certainly is not disappointed for the Rangers. 1-1 pitch. Chopper. Callaspo's got it. Looks Andrus back, and now they've got him hung up. Boy, nice job by Callaspo. They can record the out here. Mathis runs over him, and now Callaspo will have to finally record the out. Little Keystone pops there. But the out is recording. Beltre ends up at second base. So a nice job, really, by Alberto Callaspo. Some guys will just give you a glance, but he saw where Andrews had come off the bag and was not satisfied at the fact that he wasn't flat-footed at that point and went right after.
That's exactly right, Victor. That was an excellent read by Callaspo, realizing it's a big run there. He's going to go home. He knows the scouting report on Texas. They will go home on that throw across the diamond. So he looked him back not once but twice and got him at third base here. Big out. Especially with Ogando on the mound, you don't want to go too far away as far as the distance in the run scored. It's a great play by Callaspo.
The Beltran scoring position, reaching on the fielder's choice. Michael Young swings at the breaking pitch. But that kind of goes to the point that we were just talking about with Ron Washington before the game, about letting him loose. As long as you guys learn from your mistakes and you've got a reference point, push the envelope all you want.
And then trust me, even though you're going to be out at home, you got a long enough rundown to be able to get Beltre back into scoring position. So it was an aggressive play, but an even better play by Callaspo at third.
0-2 on Michael Young. Drew a walk in the first inning. Going fastball away. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I wonder if they'll take a chance at a fastball inside right now. Curveball away, fastball away.
Tyler, who threw 30 pitches in the first inning, getting ready to throw his 20th here in the third. 1-2, chopper, goes off the glove of Chabot. Barehanded by his steers, and they got him. He'll 1-4-3 put out to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the third, with Texas still leading it 1-0. Nothing lead. They got that run in the first. And here in the bottom of the third, Mark Trumbo will lead things off. Absolutely. Get well to Nolan Ryan back at home. A little bit of a scare this weekend, going to the hospital. It was great to be able to read his note before the game, the Gene Autry induction into the Angels Hall of Fame. And Nolan had, as Trumbo takes down low for bowling, Nolan was going to do everything. He was coming here. He was going to sign autographs. He was coming in. He was going to be our guest today, both TV as well as radio. But hopefully everything's good by September. At the end of the season, he'll be back out here. Get a chance to see the big Texan.
Well, he's one of the best.
Trumbo flips one down the right field line. That is a bare ball. Goes into foul territory. Mark on his way to second with a leadoff double. The first hit for the Angels tonight.
after a changeup. After with a fastball, located it well in the outside corner, but Trumbo did a better job going with that pitch. Was so strong, even off the end of the bat. Going to fight it down the right field for a double, leadoff double. Now you have some options now with Mathis coming up. You bunt him over, get him in that third base spot with one out.
16th double for Mark Trumbo. Mathis showing bunt, takes outside. The ball gets away from Napper. Looked like he wanted to throw down to second. 1 ball, no strikes. Jeff Mathis hitting 194 with a couple of home runs, 12 runs batted in. Barring another move here in the near future. They get the bulk of the playing time behind the plate, with Hank Conger being optioned down to AAA Salt Lake before the game to make room for Tyler Chapman. Takes upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
You see the game that Ogando is trying to do here in a bunt scenario, trying to elevate the fastball, which is much more difficult for a batter to get down on the grass in the infield, a high pitch.
Beltre in on the grass. Moreland creeping in at first base. Not bunting here. Swings through the fastball. It's 2-1.
Tell by that swing, the approach, trying to go inside out, hit that ball at the very least to the right side.
Well, that being the case, that seems to fit Ogando's mindset on the mound. As good a fastball as he has, he lives middle away
all day long.
3 balls and 1 strike.
Very rarely do you see him throw a fastball, and if it is, it's a mistake where he drops his elbow. So he's going to live away. Going to throw his breaking pitch away. He can change speeds on his curveball. So any pitcher will come in on a right-handed batter. It might be that split-finger changeup that he has.
Top of the order, Meiser Asturis on deck. A couple of glances. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and that was offered at it. And it's a full count. First full count of the night for Alexi Ogando, who has 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and the 1 hit being the leadoff double for Mark Trumbo. He stands over at second base. This one lifted in the air towards center. Trumbo going back to the bag. Chavez makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Mathis unable to advance. Trumbo to third base. Now to bring up Asturis. That's been the issue for the Angels all season long. Hitting with men in scoring position to .236 average overall. Halos were 1 for 8 in Sunday's game against the Athletics. They combined 2 for 11 in the doubleheader on Saturday. And 2 for 12 Friday night. Opportunities have presented themselves, but not capitalized. Pitch is down low, snap throw to second base. Nice job by Andrews just to keep that ball on the dirt.
Again, once again, you see Ogando staying away to a left-handed batter as well as a right-handed batter. He's going to try to spot that fastball. It's a very good fastball, but it's out over the plate. You could be comfortable as far as looking out over the plate and trying to make good contact with that pitch. Even though it's firm, you know the area it's going to be thrown at.
Two balls and no strikes. The outfield for Texas playing Asturis the opposite way. Hamilton, almost like an Ichiro Suzuki kind of alignment. Hamilton toward the line. Andy Chavez toward the alley in left center and shallow. And Nelson Cruz toward the alley in right center. Beltre, however, the third baseman, way off the line at third. 2-0. 2-1.
Well, when you just look at that outfield alignment alone, you got to believe he's going to throw nothing but pitches on the outer half.
Saw Beltre playing off the line with Andrews charged with trying to keep Trumbo close to the bag at second. The 2-1 pitch. The Sturris fouls it back, reaching for the off-speed pitch.
In terms of trying to score on a base hit in the outfield, Hamilton above average arm in left field. Nelson Cruz above average arm, although he does take a little bit longer to get rid of the baseball. In right field, it's a strong arm. Villanueva will take that chance. Chavez very good as far as getting rid of the ball quickly. Not a strong arm, but a guy that's very accurate with his throw.
2-2 pitch. Sturris takes down low, a full count. With Torrey Hunter on deck. As stressful of an inning as Alexi Ogando has had in this game. The first two very easy. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. Leadoff double to Trumbo, but then a long at bat with Jeff Mathis, and now a full count here on his Sturris. Here comes a payoff pitch. Sturris fouls it off the left. Seemed to clank off the hands of a Texas Ranger fan up in the upper deck. Another 3-2. Sturris lines with the Beltre, 2 outs.
Very early on in this game, you can see where the defense has been positioned for Texas. They've done a nice job as far as scouting the Angels. Beltre off the third base bag in position to catch that line drive. Most times that's going to be a base hit. You saw that fly ball by Howie. It was caught and run down by Chavez. And of course, the same thing with Bobby Abreu in position to make a play on a well-hit baseball. Looked kind of routine.
So Trumbo still standing at second. Here's Torrey Hunter with 2 outs. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. Kinsler now charged, trying to keep Trumbo close to the bag as Torrey waves at the breaking pitch. Trying to guess along, and it's no balls and a strike.
He's trying to speed up the bat on that anticipated fastball first pitch, which he got him swinging the first at bat.
Got underneath that breaking pitch. That'll leave it a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Ogando this year, a 7-1 record, a 2.54 ERA at home, 2-2, 3.51 ERA out on the road. Just missed off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike, and again staying away from him. And Torrey, as we said earlier this year, when he was really struggling through April and into May, looking to turn on everything, even those pitches on the outside part of the plate, not only on fastballs or breaking pitches. And when he's going good, he's driving that pitch the other way. Swinging at the breaking pitch, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When you have a pitcher with that type of velocity, he's going to generate a lot of the power for you. So all you do is stay back, square up the baseball, hit that ball to right center field. The ball's going to carry very well here at night. A warmer day. Generally, that gives a better opportunity for hitters to get a ball out of this ballpark.
Over through that one. It gets away from Napoli. Trumbo advances to third.
4th wild pitch of the season for Ogando. And that's the pitch Ogando's susceptible to giving up the long ball. Gets underneath his breaking pitch. Talked about that earlier. It flattens out over the middle of the plate, becomes a very hittable pitch.
Another full count for Alexi Ogando. 2 outs. Man at third base. Here's a 3-2. Torrey draws the walk. Second base on balls issued by Ogando, and that'll prompt a visit by Rangers pitching coach Mike Maddox.
And Mike Maddox, you can tell by the way he was standing on the top step of the dugout, he was noticing something in his delivery as far as getting on top of the breaking ball. And it affected his fastball also.
Bobby Abreu will be the guy that will face Ogando here with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Bobby, although 0 for 1, lined out to Chavez in the alley in left center field in his first inning at bat.
One thing about Mike Maddox, he doesn't take any time out there on the mound, does he?
No. If there was an honorary award for the longest pitching breaks named after the great Mel Stottlemyre, Mike Maddox would be the perennial winner.
Yes.
But that's okay. I mean, he loves his staff. He's got a lot of information. Guy that came over from the Milwaukee Brewers.
Somebody's done a great job with this staff right now.
His brother was okay.
Yeah, he could win a few games.
He might be in the Hall of Fame. Trumbo over at second, Hunter over at first. Here's Bobby with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. That last pitch in 97.
When you look at the way Ogando throws, whether it's from the stretch or the full windup, majority of that power's all in the arm. Doesn't necessarily use his lower part of his body a whole lot. Drifts towards home and all arm action.
That one caught the outside corner. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ogando's coming off back-to-back victories against the Florida Marlins and the Baltimore Orioles. They're with a total of 5 earned runs and it's 13 2/3 innings in those 2 starts. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Bobby just looks like he feels comfortable right here at the plate. The first at bat hit a ball hard to left center field that Chavez was able to make that play in good position. 25th pitch so far this inning coming up for Ogando, but Bobby looks very good as far as tracking the baseball.
A third to first move in honor of Steve Busby, who's in the radio broadcast booth for the Texas Rangers, the originator of the third to first move.
Yeah, we have to thank him for that one. It works a lot too.
Tip of the cap to Buzz.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch. Bobby flips it foul down the left field line and out of play. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Did have 2 no-hitters in his career, Busby. Great stuff before an arm injury shortened his career.
Man, I tell you what, having grown up with those teams in the 70s, the 80s, there's Buzz on the left, the great Eric Nadel on the right. But Busby, of all the good guys, good arms that the Royals brought up, Busby probably the best as far as pure stuff.
No question.
2-2. Bobby rolls it foul. They've got a piece of his foot. Just 2 for 16 against Texas pitching. Rangers with a 3.79 staff ERA, 7th in the American League. Much better of late. Quick throw to first. Torrey's back in. Texas with a run in the first inning. They've got 3 hits. They've stranded 4. The Halos looking for their first run. They have 1 hit. That was Mark Trumbo leading off this 3rd inning with a double. And Mark standing over at third base.
Good to see that Ogando's distracted enough to throw over there on that 2-2 pitch with Torrey Hunter at first. He's not going to be going.
Torrey takes off. The 2-2 is down low. No throw from Napoli. That's a stolen base for Torrey.
Bottom line, with 2 outs, your focus has to be on the batter. Torrey Hunter able to get a good jump, and they're not even going to try to attempt that throw because they know there would probably be a double steal.
It's the 3rd stolen base for Torrey this year. Having been caught 4 times. Does Ogando go from the stretch or the full windup? Looked like he's going to work from the stretch. 4th full count for Alexi Ogando. There's a 3-2. Bobby pulls it over to first. Moreland has it. The inning will come to an end as the Angels leave 2 men on base. 3 in the books. Texas still on top, 1-0.
Summer, My 13's comedies are more than hot. They are sizzling. Catch all the funniest episodes of Earl, King of Queens, How I Met Your Mother, and Seinfeld all summer long on My 13. Simply sizzling.
It makes my ears sizzle every time you read that. Just want you to know that.
Well, I do it for you and all the viewers.
If you only knew. 1-0 Texas to start the top of the fourth inning. Tyler Chabwood had a chance to just kind of hang out, kind of catch his breath. A lot of pitches thrown through the first three, 69 total pitches to face Cruz, Moreland, Napoli here in the fourth for Texas. The big slow curveball drops in for a strike. Nelson Cruz bounced out to Alberto Callaspo to end the first, so he's 0 for 1. One ball, one strike. Kind of pulling off that fastball, trying to guide it to the outside corner as opposed to just letting the mechanics work.
Exact word, guiding that fastball instead of trusting your arm action.
Breaking pitch hit in the air down the line. Long run for Torrey. That ball is slicing and it is foul. That's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Well, long bottom of the third. And the Halos leaving 2 men on in scoring position. Jeff Mathis unable to advance. Mark Trumbull on a sacrifice. Eventually stranded at third base, and Torrey stranded at second. Breaking pitch gets him to reach out for that one. Callaspo's got the skimmer, and Cruz is retired for the first out. Fans, on Saturday, August the 6th, mark your calendars. Hip-hop star and Mark Cuban's favorite, Ludacris, will continue the post-game summer concert series presented by SRS Labs in association with Budweiser. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or at angels.com/concerts. As a matter of fact, it's Norm Peters, our statistician's favorite artist. That peanut butter jelly dance that he does so often, it's because he's got Ludacris on the mind.
No question.
Yeah.
I've already marked that down. You mentioned mark it in my calendar. It's locked in.
Done?
Yep.
Breaking pitch is up and away to Moreland. 1 ball, no strikes. Moreland grounded out to Isturis, his first time up.
Boy, a changeup that he tried to overthrow.
And I think that was the pitch that got Moreland in that second inning at bat. Kind of getting out in front and rolling it over to Isturis. Struggles to find a strike zone here and falls behind at 3 balls and no strikes.
One thing you do, 3-0 count. Moreland's going to get the green light, so this fastball is going to have to be sinking and down and away. Great spot.
Bounced over to Trumbo. He's got it to the backhand. 2 outs. Nice job to battle back. Kind of looking for his first 1-2-3 inning.
I mean, ideally, you'd like to get a quick out here against Napoli, too, and get Ogando back out on the mound. He threw a ton of pitches that last inning. Got through without allowing any runs, but fact is, it's taxing when you have to throw that many pitches to get through an inning.
Mike Napoli with a base hit in the second inning, has a 1-for-1 night so far. He's tired of waiting, so he backs out. Darryl Cousins granting him time. The Rangers 14 games over 500 at 55-41. Second straight season in which they've had at least an 11-game winning streak. They're an exceptional team at home, 31-18. The curveball misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. And it was just with the sweep of the just completed series against the Seattle Mariners. They got Texas over 500 out on the road. 24-23 mark. 3 balls and no strikes.
Again, the focus for a young pitcher. The 2 quick outs, or relatively quick outs, and then all of a sudden you fall behind 3-0. You're not through the inning until you get that 3rd out. Got to keep that focus all the way through. Well, 8 3-ball counts so far in this game. Here we're in the 4th inning for Tyler Chatwood.
On the corner, full count.
Now the 6th full count.
Three-2. Napoli takes outside. There's a walk. 3rd issued by Chatwood.
We'll try to hit the outside corner. Well, that was close. May have missed by a baseball off as he tried to have that 2-seam fastball run back and get the corner. Probably went around the plate. He's got to go across the front part of the plate to get that ball called a strike.
Brings up Andy Chavez. Reached down a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Chavez and Craig Gentry manning the center field position for Ron Washington. Bounces this one back up the middle. Ibar can't get it. Rounding 2nd and headed to 3rd is Mike Napoli. And it's a 2-out base hit for Andy Chavez, and it spins the lineup back to the top for Kinsler. That's one of those, you get the glove down on the ground, you get the 3rd out just underneath the glove.
It's one of those baseballs too you see and read right away, but then you just do too much with your glove and let it go right in there. You're used to fielding your position. A number of those plays in spring training, they work through that as far as their off day workout as they prepare for that trip up to Oakland.
Got a wardrobe malfunction here as Eric Ibar has snapped his belt on that dive, so he needs to head back to the dugout. But what a nice guy Alexi Amarista is. The belt right off his waist.
Said, you know what? Do my part.
There's the dive there, and the belt goes kaput. Do you think Ibar will be able to wear that youth large? Apparently so.
He's quite comfortable.
Alexi, not the largest man, but a very giving one, apparently. So Texas with 2 outs here has runners at 1st and 3rd base. Kinsler is 0 for 2. A ground ball to 3rd and a fly ball to center. Chavez will run 6 stolen bases, having been caught once. Playing down his 37th game as Kinsler looks at a strike. Tyler getting the first 2 outs here in the 4th, just like he did in the 1st, but unable to finish it off. Texas getting that run in the 1st inning. Back-to-back doubles. Hamilton and Beltre. Kinsler gets jammed and fights one into right field. It's an RBI single as Napoli scores. Chavez on his way to 3rd. And a snap throw back to first base, and they did not get him. 2-0 Texas. Kinsler picks up his 37th run batted in.
Both runs scored now for Texas after 2 outs were recorded to start the inning, all of a sudden come back. Even though that was a jam shot, most baseballs that are flared in the outfield are elevated. He did exactly what he wanted. He wanted to go up and in with the fastball, but Kinsler fought it off. It's an RBI base hit.
Inning continues here as Elvis Andrus steps to the plate. The Rangers shortstop 0 for 1, a ground out and a walk. 5 hits for Texas tonight. No balls and a strike. Tyler, the next pitch, getting ready to throw his 20th pitch of this inning. 88 total pitches. Oh, and 2.
A good spot there with a fastball for Chatwood.
Andrews appears to not like the call. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Outfield straight around against Andrews. Torrey very shallow and right. Kinsler with a pretty good lead. He starts to go and they got him picked off. Now the question is, do you get the out before Chavez scores? A throw home, and they got him. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and the Rangers leave a man on. The third to first move works, but the Angels trail at 2-0. Switch to digital TV with HD for as low as $33.33 a month. Call 1-855-TWC-HD-TV. And by Dodge Ram, the Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram Summer Clearance Event. These offers won't last long. Hurry in to your local dealership today. Texas on top by the score of 2-0. Take a look at how the inning ended. The top of the fourth anyways. The old third to first move. Nice job by Usturis once he got Chavez to kind of commit down the line. He was dead to rights.
And Mathis didn't initially apply the tag. He got his body in position where he's not allowing Chavez to be able to have a clear path to the plate. But once he fell down, he was able to apply the tag and finish the inning.
Vernon Wells takes a breaking ball down and away. And it appeared as if Ron Washington and one of the Texas Rangers trainers were looking at Chavez's hand. Appears to be all right. Breaking pitch, fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Vernon Wells, followed by Alberto Callasco and Howie Kendrick here in the fourth. Vernon, one of 2 strikeout victims for Alexi Ogando, so he's 0 for 1. No Mike Trout at center field. Vernon getting the start there with Howie at left. This one bounced over to first. Moreland will flip it to Ogando, and there's the first out to start this fourth inning. Brings up Alberto Callaspo. He was the first base runner for the Halos tonight. A one-out walk in the second inning, but was stranded at first. Ogando drops the breaking pitch for a strike on the outside corner. That's kind of been the MO so far for Alexi Ogando. Getting ready to throw his 53rd pitch tonight. That pitch a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Struggled with the command of the fastball and the breaking pitch through that 3rd inning, but made the quality pitch when he needed to, getting Abreu to ground out with 2 outs and 2 on.
Boy, just living away. Another fastball away. A good life. Really jumps out as far as mechanics on the fastball. It slows it down a little bit more so on a curveball, but still very difficult for the hitter to pick that up. He's going to try to sneak a fastball in here.
Popped up on the third base side. It'll reach the seats. The count remains at 1-2. Everything else in the American League, a final. Baltimore defeated Boston 6-2. Detroit beat Oakland 8-3. Toronto over Seattle 6-5. So the struggles for the Mariners continue. It's that 10 in a row.
And they actually scored some runs. They were up 5-2 in that game.
This one toward the middle. Andrews with a dive. Can't come up with it. It's a base hit for Alberto Callaspo. Kids on Sunday, August the 7th, SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer, Gooby's favorites, will be at the Big A when the Angels host the Mariners at 12:35. All kids 2 to 18 will receive a SpongeBob shirt courtesy of Nickelodeon. Purchase your tickets at the Angel Stadium ticket office or at angels.com. Boy, if there's ever a giveaway that you could be wearing in the streets of Baltimore, Cleveland, and Detroit, that would be it.
There's no question. I'm gonna make sure it stays in my suitcase when we go to New York, too.
Howie Kendrick takes a breaking ball for a strike as long as you make it an extra small, because that's how you kind of like.
Yes.
You want to show Smith and Wesson off.
Yes.
Howie Kendrick, a fly ball out to the alley in right center field in his second inning at bat, so he's 0 for 1. The base hit by Callaspo. The second for the Halos tonight. Boy, nice breaking pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. Yeah, Seattle has now lost 10 consecutive games. Tampa Bay beat New York 3-2. Kansas City over White Sox. Minnesota over Cleveland. Minnesota still hanging in there, playing better baseball. 0-2 pitch, way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twins pick up a game on Cleveland. They're 6 back. Tigers now tied with the Indians atop the American League Central.
Left center field for Howie. Again, Ogando at times gets underneath the breaking ball. That's why he leaves it out over the plate. If Howie can square that up, he can run for a long time to left center field.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The times that breaking pitch flattens out for Ogando is that when he's trying to get that swing and miss type slider with 2 strikes.
And it's all arm action. It's not, he doesn't use his lower part of his body all that often on that pitch. Going to throw over the first base here just to keep Callaspo honest at first.
Two pitch, breaking pitch toward the middle. Andrews takes it himself. It's on the first inning ending double play. 4 complete here at the Big A. Texas still on top 2-0. Run in the first inning, solo run in the fourth. And here in the fifth, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Elvis Andrus, Josh Hamilton, Adrian Beltre. Andrus was at the plate when Tyler Chabwood finished off the fourth inning with the pickoff of Ian Kinsler. Actually, it was the pickoff of Ian Kinsler that led to the third out, and Chavez getting thrown out at the plate. The only inning in which he has not retired the leadoff man came in the third when he walked Andrews. Shows bunt, takes that pitch inside for ball 1. Andrews 0 for 1, a ground ball to first, and a base on balls. He 2 thrown out on the bases. Caught between third and home. Pitch is a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, 2 Rangers thrown out at home plate, or at least in the vicinity of home plate. And we talked about that at the beginning. They're very aggressive. They'll take their chances.
Two 2-1 pitch, up and in, 3 balls and a strike. Guys starting to move around in the Angels bullpen. Tyler's thrown 93 pitches so far. The 3-1. He walked the 4th walk of the game. This one a leadoff walk again. To start the 5th this time.
Number 32, left fielder. I think you're looking for trouble when you walk a guy that's already has 27 stolen bases on the season. I think that 28.
Josh Hamilton 1 for 2. A double with a run scored in the first. That deep fly ball into the left field corner last time up. Fouls the first pitch. Down and in. Snap throw to first, and Andrus is back. Long look in for Chatwood. Andrews has a pretty good lead. 1-1, broken bat flare out toward left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The barrel of the bat ends up on the infield grass. 2 on and nobody out for Adrian Beltre.
Number 29, third baseman, Adrian Beltre.
With a 4-seam fastball, rushes it inside. Located well, but Hamilton is that strong. Even with the bat shattered in half, was able to fight it into center field for a base hit.
Beltre swinging at the first pitch, rolls it foul. Rich Thompson begins to loosen. And the Angels bullpen. Remember, the Halos having to piece together their Sunday game with Pinheiro getting knocked out after just 1/3 of an inning. Bell, Casanova, Kahn, Thompson doing a nice job giving up 2 runs the rest of the way, but damage done in that first inning. Beltre 1 for 2, an RBI double and a fielder's choice. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Beltre is a guy that will hit into a double play, hitting to 10 this season. Tyler Chatwood get a number of double play balls. Needs one here.
Two balls and 1 strike. Andrews with the leadoff walk stands at second. Hamilton over at first. Michael Young on deck. Two and two. A comeback fastball at 92. A glance back to Andrews in the 2-2. This one hit hard, but right to Astures. Feeds Ibar for 1. On to first, a double play. Andrews advances to third, but there are 2 outs.
Good spot, a pitch down, and Beltre hits it with his 11th double play now. And the bottom line is that's why you have those guys in the field, and they've been a very good fielding club, the Angels have been. So just work the ball down, get ground balls. You're going to be successful that way, but when you walk batters, very difficult. A lot of pressure on the defense.
Still work to do with Michael Young at the plate and Andrews over at third base. Little flare out to right field. It is 3-0 Texas. Michael Young picks up his 63rd RBI. Leadoff walk comes back to haunt. And Young picks up his 63rd RBI, as I just pointed out. A 1-4-2 game now.
A lot of flares in the outfield, but a lot of pitches at the same exact speed there to be able to time it. Even when it's a good pitch, to at least be able to get the bat on the ball. It's all about changing speeds.
Breaking pitch fouled off to the right. Nelson Cruz 0 for 2, twice having grounded out to third. At 104 pitches so far tonight. 4 walks, no strikeouts, 7 hits allowed. No balls, 2 strikes. I know Elvis Andrews is a terrific player, dynamic player, fun to watch. Leadoff walk to him, somewhat unexcusable.
Right, you have to make him swing his way on. Like I said, you can throw fastballs away and bring your right fielder in, Torrey Hunter, to be able to be successful against him.
1 ball, 2 strikes. especially with the guys behind him in the order.
Then you put yourself into a fastball count against that guy right there, Josh Hamilton. He's going to hit a fastball hard somewhere. Even when he make a good pitch, he's still strong enough to fight it into the outfield for a base hit.
Breaking pitch. They wanted to peel at first base. Cousins does not ask for help. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just trying to get through this 5th inning. His last, more than likely, at 107 so far. Solo runs for Texas in the 1st, 4th, and 5th innings. 2-2. Got him swinging. That will end the inning, but Texas tacks on a run and a couple of hits. Leads a man off. We hit to the bottom of the 5th. Rangers lead at 3-0. Three to nothing advantage. The Halos sending up the bottom 3rd of the order. You go back to that May 13th game when we showed you the home run by Eric Ibar. That was the only run that he allowed in 6 1/3, giving up 5 hits and had 1 run, striking out 5. Tonight he has struck out 2, walked 2, and he's allowed 2 hits. The Angels had a golden opportunity to at least scratch out a run, which at that point would have tied the game up at a run apiece. That was in the bottom of the 3rd. Ibar takes up and away. 1 ball, no strike. Eric popped out. Ian Kinsler to end the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Pulls this one foul just in front of Alfredo Griffin. Alfredo's always flashing his cat-like quickness over at first base.
Yeah, he's going to avoid that baseball at all costs unless he can get those hands out there to make the play on a little chopper.
Ibar shooting one out toward the alley in left center field, tailing away from Chavez. He can't get it all the way to the wall. This could be 3, although Ibar, yep, he's going to try for it. The relay is in time. It'll go as a double for Ibar, who I like the thinking initially, but with that ball in front of you and the job that Chavez did getting to the baseball quickly on the warning track, needed to stay at second base.
Boy, hanging breaking pitch, as we said, Redondo does have a tendency to do. Chavez did a great job as far as getting that baseball in quickly to Andrews, who threw a perfect throw into third base. Belcher was able to scoop it and apply the tag.
So, Ibar gets credit for his 19th double. The first down is recorded here in the 5th. There's Mark Trumbull. Trumbull picked up a double down the right field line in the 3rd. Take a look at our Verizon League leaders, leading the American League rookies this season. Home runs, RBIs, doubles, runs, and hits. One ball, one strike. Not an easy play at 3rd.
No, a short hop like that. And, of course, blocks the base with his foot, too. Makes it even more difficult for Ibar to get in there.
Trumbull ripping one into the left field corner. He was on his way to second with his second double of the ball game. Kind of stinks when hindsight's 20/20, huh?
In other words, you're saying it would be a 3-1 score with back-to-back doubles? But the impressive thing is Trumbo double down the left field line, double down the right field line, first at bat. But it didn't take long for that ball to go off the wall, and Hamilton gets it in quickly. But Trumbo easily into second base with his second double. 17th now in the season.
Here's Jeff Mathis, 9th place hitter. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Jeff hit a fly ball to center field after he was unable to get the sacrifice bunt down in the 3rd inning. So he's 0 for 1. No balls, 2 strikes. Two outs. 3rd strikeout for Alexio Gondo.
Number 13, second baseman.
Halos tonight 0 for 4 now with men in scoring position. It's up to Meiser Sturis with 2 outs. Trumbo still standing at second. Meiser lined out hard the last time up, 0 for 2. Takes up and away. Hisanori Takahashi's up and loosening now for the Halos. With Moreland, Napoli, Chavez scheduled to come up in the top of the 6th inning. Rich Thompson's already loose. One ball, one strike. That one going into the Rangers radio booth. Shocker, Steve Busby nowhere to be found. Smart man, those pitchers.
He says, all right, I'll give up that guy at first and even 3rd. I'll do the 3rd move.
One ball, 2 strikes now. Sturis gets jammed, pops one up. Moreland going out. Kinsler calls him off. Kinsler makes the catch up against his chest. And the inning comes to an end. The Angels get 2 doubles in the inning. Do not score a run. 5 of the books, 3-0 Texas. Devils, giving them a 1-0 lead. Ian Kinsler picked up a base hit and an RBI in the fourth to make it 2-0. And then in the fifth inning, Michael Young with 2 outs, flipping a single to right field. That's where we stand right now. 3-0 Texas to start the top of the sixth inning. It's Alexio Gondo. Really all he's needed is 1 run. Got into some trouble in the third, but the Angels could not capitalize.
And also 2 doubles to start the inning last inning and no runs allowed. Bottom line is 2 runs scored for Texas today via base on balls. Both those guys scored 4 walks during the game for Tyler Chatwood, who had good stuff, but just not as consistent as he wanted to be.
Struggling with his control once again. 4 walks, 1 strikeout, 5 innings. Giving up 3 runs, all 3 earned on 7 hits. Rich Thompson comes into the game to face Mitch Moreland. The first pitch fastball is in there for a strike. Moreland 0 for 2. Ground ball to second, a ground ball to first. Breaking ball. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. 30th game for Rich. 1-3 mark, a 3.09 ERA. Remember, he pitched in back-to-back games. Game 2 Saturday, and then Sunday's game. That pitch is down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Took the loss in that extra inning affair, giving up the run to the Oakland Athletics, and then came back in Sunday's game. And had a 1-2-3 8th inning with a couple of strikeouts. One, two, flipped out toward left. Howie Kendrick coming over, and then he pulls up, plays it on a hop, a leadoff base hit for Moreland. But if you got to peel off that quickly toward the end, I think you got a beat on that baseball unless he lost it all of a sudden. Now he's still kind of getting used to playing left field.
That's the bottom line, getting used to that position. Position of choice, second base. Push off the left-handed bat, going away from him, and stops and ball in front of him.
Tyler Chatwood, by the way, threw 108 pitches tonight, 63 strikes. Napoli steps in, looks at a fastball for strike 1. Mike had a base hit in the second, walked and scored in the fourth. 2 of the 4 walks that Chatwood issued tonight coming across the 4th and 5th innings. The 4th inning was a 2-out walk to Napoli. Eventually scored. The 5th inning, a leadoff walk to Elvis Andrus. One and two. Did you ever worry about a former catcher coming back and facing you?
I didn't do real well against them. I know that. No. I didn't worry about it, but they had success against me.
Who got you the most?
Mike McFarland got me pretty good. You know what you do? You try to think along what they're going to expect you to throw instead of just trusting your stuff, and you just go with your game plan you would have against any other batter. You try to outthink yourself. That catcher behind here is so used to what you're going to call in certain scenarios that you're in position to be able to make a good pass at the ball.
Rich trying to snap off that breaking pitch. There's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Moreland's over at first. Nobody out here in the 6th. Napoli hits one in the air to right, chasing Torrey back. Still going back, and now he's going to go off the wall. Moreland on his way to third, Napoli to second. It's a double for Mike Napoli, and Texas has runners at second and third with nobody out. So Rich Thompson giving up that flare base hit to Mitch Moreland, and Napoli ripping an opposite field double on a high fastball.
Well, like you said, when he gets hot, Napoli, he's got tremendous power the other way.
Number 9,
He does a real good job of trying to freeze a runner. And he's in position to make the play and be able to field that off the wall to prevent a run from scoring.
Infield in against Andy Chavez with nobody out. Swinging first pitch. Lines one on a one-hopper to Mark Trumbo. Nice job going to the backhand. There's out number one.
A good reaction by Trumbo. Able to make that play. First out with the infield in.
Infield still in. Ian Kinsler now steps to the plate with one out. Kinsler with an RBI single in the fourth inning, a 1-for-3 night. That one gets away from Mathis. Moreland thought about it, but ends up staying at third base.
That appearance of a cross-up.
Yep.
Almost got Mathis right on the wrist.
This one bounced foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Texas with 9 hits tonight. 7 off Chatwood. 2 off Rich Thompson. Michael Kahn is up and loosened. Every Ranger with the hit in the lineup, with the exception of Elvis Andrus, and he's walked twice. He's on deck. 1-1, popped up. Historis going out. 2 outs.
They're refocusing to Rich Thompson right now. You're not through this inning yet. Third out is always the toughest when you're in these spots where second, third, no outs. You get an opportunity to get through the inning. Can't have a letdown. Got to keep this game at 3-0.
Well, here's Andrews. 0 for 1 with a ground out and those 2 base on balls that we mentioned. A stolen base, a run scored as well. Moreland still at third, Napoli at second. Infield shallow, or pardon me, the outfield shallow. Payasco in at third. Breaking pitch, strike 1 on the inside corner. Boy, that one out in front of the plate. Did he go? He did. Jim Wolf rings him up. 0-2 the count.
Well, as a hitter, you don't necessarily want to keep your bat out over the plate. You give a good look for the first base umpire to see it.
Are you sure I went?
Yeah. Here, let me check that. Yeah, you went.
I was going to say no until you left it out there.
Yeah, I was like, well, if you brought it back quick, I might not have saw it. But since you kept that bat out there long enough, yes, you went.
Thompson ahead of the count, and no balls, 2 strikes. Halos in the bottom of the 6th inning with Hunter Abreu and Wells due up against Alexi Ogando, 2, 3, and 4. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Rich gets through this inning, no damage allowed. Momentum shift. The good part of the order for the Angels coming up.
One, 2. Andrews strikes out, swinging. Down he goes. That will end the inning. Nice job by Thompson. First 2 getting on base and leaving him stranded. Middle of the order coming up. The Halos down 3-0. The induction of Gene Autry into the Angels Hall of Fame. Great ceremony. Nice to see Jackie Autry holding up the ring that the Angels presented to her. And then the ceremonial first pitch, Brian Downing and Bobby Grich catching Chuck Finley and Rod Carew.
A lot of history right out there today. Hey, great job, partner, today.
Hey, thanks,
that
man.
That was a great job.
Nice and cool day down there.
Yeah, looked like it was quite comfortable.
Yeah, I wasn't lathered up. Torreytown trying to get Torrey fired up here. Torrey leading things off here at the bottom of the 6th inning. A 3-0 Texas lead. Hunter with a strikeout and a walk. 0 for 1, 0 for 16 to start the second half, the proverbial second half. Showing bunt, takes a strike. 75th pitch of the ninth for Alexi Ogando, who has struck out 3, walked 2, and has given up 4 hits. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 on its way. Torrey takes a called strike 3 on the inside corner. There's out number 1.
Well, Ogando hasn't thrown many fastballs inside, but located that fastball pretty good underneath the hands of Torrey Hunter after that fastball away.
Here's Bobby Abreu with 1 out, nobody on. Bobby 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a ground out. Looks at a fastball that clanks in and out of the glove of Mike Napoli. No balls in his strike. Count even now at 1-1. Ogando now with that strikeout of Torrey, his 4th of the night.
Still pretty manageable pitch count, too, for him. Next pitch will be pitch number 80 here in the 6th inning.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the Angels with some work to do here for the next 3+ innings. Down 3-0. Every home team in the American League has won tonight. Doesn't mean a whole lot, but a pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So that means the Angels are going to come back and win the game. That's your call.
No. I'm just merely pointing out the obvious. Two. Bobby takes inside, full count. If you want to remain perfect, then you would have to mount a comeback.
Plenty of time.
Pick this game up. Vernon Wells on deck with 1 out here in the 6th inning. A 3-2 count on Bobby. Bobby drills 1 out toward deep left center field. Andy Chavez was shading him that way. Calls off Hamilton. 2 outs.
Again, getting back in the right position to make that play. Chavez was right there, almost playing left center field. And the scouting reports are you're going to pitch him away. Bobby's going to hit the ball to left field and left center. You can have your left fielder playing towards the line and your center fielder shading to that alley in left center field.
Bases clear with 2 outs. Vernon at the plate, 0 for 2. Fastball missing inside. They've really stayed away from Vernon in the first 2 plate appearances. The strikeout in the 2nd inning. And grounded out to Moreland at first base in the 4th. Chopper toward short, reaching for that outside pitch. Andrews Retire Vernon. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning for the Angels. 6 in the books. Texas still on top 3-0. Michael Young to face Rich Thompson. Got into some trouble in the 6th inning, but worked his way out of it. Hamilton takes a fastball for a strike. Hamilton with 2 hits tonight, 2 for 3. The double, a single, and the fly ball to left. This one hit in the air toward left center field. Howie Kendrick moving over. And there's out number 1. 2 for 4 night for Hamilton thus far. Brings up Adrian Beltre with 1 out.
Everything hit to that side of the field. A real good power the other way, though. Keeps his hands back through the strike zone very well.
Beltre 1 for 3. Had an RBI double in the first. 26th double of the year. The RBI, his 73rd. Takes that fastball inside. He's reached down a fielder's choice and rolled into a 4-6-3 double play. Pulled just foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gets along with a fastball and a fastball count. I think it's been a long strike.
Two balls and a strike now. Texas with 3 runs on 9 hits. They've left 8 men on base. The Rangers 3 for 11 with men in scoring position. Halos tonight 0 for 5. Beltre fouls this one off to the right. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels no runs, 4 hits, 4 left on base. You figure Ogando will go at least 1 more. Having thrown just 85 pitches so far, 54 strikes. Got him swinging on the breaking pitch, 2 outs.
And Rich has done a nice job of developing that cut fastball. Resembles a slider. Sharp break to that off the outside corner. Hitter reads, thinks bad fastball,
But then the sharp break gets the swing and miss.
So 2 up and 2 down. Here's Michael Young. Takes that pitch down and in. Young, the DH, has walked, grounded out, and singled home a run. A 1-for-2 night. Grounded toward the hole. Ibar's got it to the backhand. And the Angels have their first 1-2-3 inning against Texas. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Rangers on top, however, 3-0. For 3-0, Alexio Gondo. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits allowed. He'll be facing Callaspo, Kendrick, and Ibar in the bottom of the 7th inning. A loss tonight, and the Halos would fall a game further back in the American League West. Callaspo swinging through that first pitch fastball, and it's 0-1.
Callaspo with 3 for 5 in his career against Ogando. And 296 in his career against the Rangers pitching staff. This leadoff base hit.
1 ball, 1 strike. Alberto has drawn a walk and singled, so he's 1 for 1. Breaking pitch caught the outside corner. 1-2. Count remains at 1-2 strikes here on Alberto Callaspo. Base hit he picked up in the 4th, extending his hitting streak to 7 games. And the 1-2. This one flipped down a line. Josh Hamilton playing him that way. Crosses into foul territory, makes the catch. And there is out number 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've done a tremendous job as far as positioning their outfielders and even their infielders to be in that spot to be able to make a play. Washington obviously getting a lot of advanced scouting reports and utilizing them to put himself in position. Most times that ball is going to fall foul.
Yep.
Hamilton in position to make that play.
Here's Howie Kendrick with 1 out in the 7th. Nobody on. Howie 0 for 2. Fly ball to deep right center field and a double play ball. Takes a fastball for a strike. It seems like we've said that a lot tonight against Alexio Gondo. First pitch strike, getting ahead. He's had some deep counts, but the Angels have not been able to make him pay for it. Howie fouls this one back, and it's 0-2.
That's what pitching's all about. It doesn't seem like he's taxing himself out there on the mound. Very comfortable. That's what you want to do. Force him to field his position, maybe bunt on occasion, move him around.
The count remains at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Howie shooting one to right. Justin Cruz back a couple of steps. 2 outs. Fans, are you ready to kick back in the best seats at the game? The Chevy Sweet Seats are up for grabs for you and 3 lucky guests. You can even score some sweet seats of your own in a brand new Chevy. For official rules and your chance to win, visit ChevyBaseball.com/Angels. Two outs, nobody on here for Eric Ibar. Delgado's thrown 94 pitches so far. 62 strikes. He's retired 7 in a row since the back-to-back doubles, and I use that in quotation marks, by Ibar and Trumbo to start the 5th inning. Ibar tried to stretch that double into a triple and was thrown out for the first out of the inning. One ball, 1 strike. Eric a 1 for 2 night with that double, his 19th of the year. Lifting one out to center. Jason Chav is back. And he'll make the catch. The Angels go down in order. Make that 8 in a row retired by Ogando. 7 of the books. Texas leads at 3-0.
The 4 walks, 2 of them scored 3 earned runs in his 5 innings. Alexio Ogando has been outstanding. 7 shutout innings so far, and Texas in general during this win streak have been dealing on the mound. 9-0 their starters during this 11-game win streak.
Nelson Cruz swinging at the first pitch from Rich Thompson here to start the 8th inning. No balls and strike. Cruz, Moreland, Napoli against Thompson, pitching his 3rd inning of relief. Nelson 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. 0-1 pitch. Rolled foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, that's rolled just foul.
Well, 0-2 now. You can try to go up the ladder with a fastball. Nelson Cruz is a guy that will hit the breaking ball pretty well.
Breaking pitch pulled over to 3rd. Callaspo with the backhand. Run away.
Number 18, first baseman, Mitch Moreland.
Mitch Moreland coming up here now with 1 out, ground ball out by Rich. Done a nice job as far as getting the breaking pitches down. Using that cut fastball has been effective. Moreland knows a guy that likes and prefers pitches down in the strike zone.
Moreland tonight 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 6th inning. Remember, Thompson started off his relief effort tonight in the 6th inning, giving up that base hit to Moreland into shallow left field. Napoli then doubled high off the wall in right field. But then he got the next 3 guys. He's actually retired the last 7 in a row since that double by Napoli. This one ripped out towards center. Vernon was playing deep. He's tracking it. He'll make the catch. Round number 2.
Three-time Gold Glover playing that center field position. In his familiar spot again tonight. Goes back on the ball and makes the play.
So Rich Thompson is done after 2 quick outs here to start this 8th inning, and Michael Kahn will be called upon to face Mike Napoli here. Mike Scioscia making the call to the bullpen. And we got a pitching change. We're in the 8th with 2 outs, and Texas is leading this one by the score of 3-0. Outs, everything else zeros. Gave up 2 hits tonight. He gives way with 2 outs here in the 8th inning to Michael Kahn. He'll be facing Mike Napoli. Kahn pitching in his 14th game, an 0-1 record of 4.91 ERA. He did pitch in Sunday's game against Oakland. Went 1 inning. Had 1 strikeout, 2 walks, but no runs. No hits. Matter of fact, he walked the first 2 guys in that 7th inning. Then got the next 3 guys. Napoli 2 for 2 in his return to the Big A. A single, a double, a walk, and a run scored. No 1 pitch, way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2.
Nice spot with that fastball at 93.
An 11-game winning streak for Texas. The 1-2 outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, 7:05 start. Derek Holland, 8-4 record of 432 earned run average for the Rangers. Dan Herron looking for win number 11. Breaking pitch, just missed it. Full count. Thursday afternoon, C.J. Wilson against Jared Weaver. A couple of great matchups the next couple of nights. Games, I should say.
All 4 of those pitchers, great, outstanding swing and miss pitches.
Fastball missed outside, and Napoli's been on base 4 times with 2-out walk.
Number 9, center fielder Eddie Chavez.
Sandy Chavez steps to the plate. 1 for 3. Base hit back to the 4th. Chavez takes a strike on the inside corner. Ogando appears to be coming back out, having thrown 97 pitches. Been very, very good since those 2 hits allowed in the 5th. Kahn throws this one away. Napoli trying to go to second base. I guess Napoli thought that ball went to dugout. Boy, good throw, and he's easily out. Error on Michael Kahn.
Boy, low throw right into the foot of Napoli as it kicks towards the Ranger dugout. Trouble making that quick throw in there. Boy, Napoli could have been and should have been out.
Yeah, I guess Ibar may have deked him.
Ibar's so good. He's got such good baseball intelligence. He knows where to be, how to sell certain plays during the course of a game.
One ball, 1 strike. So Kahn comes on with 2 outs here, nobody on, and walks Napoli, and the throwing error advances him into scoring position. Two balls and a strike. 43,103 on hand this evening. Gene Autry being inducted into the Angels Hall of Fame before the game. Some have started to depart. Chavez hits one in the air to deep right field. Torres is back, and that is a 2-run home run. It's 5-0 Texas. Rich Thompson having retired the first two guys easily here in the 8th inning and cruising. Mike Scioscia going to the bullpen. Michael Kahn giving up the walk and now the home run.
Only 3 walks and scored. Talked about at the beginning part of the game the importance against this Ranger lineup not to give the free pass.
Andy Chavez with his 4th home run of the season, now with 15 runs batted in. And again falling behind in a hitter's count at 2 balls and 1 strike as Kahn delivers a breaking pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Check swing roller to the right side. Kahn can't get it. Trumbo takes it himself, but he doesn't have the baseball. And he may have actually spiked Michael Kahn.
You have to be in position to be under control too. That's a play where pitcher's always going to go for the baseball. Although Trumbo is going to go also, you want to talk and communicate with your pitcher saying, stay back towards the base. I'm going to get that play on that side of the field. As it goes off the glove and unable to make the play.
Well, it looked like Kahn had said that perhaps got spiked by Trumbo. He was reaching for that right knee, and you wonder if he hyperextended that knee when he missed the baseball. He was grabbing at that right knee, so that's the push-off leg. As Kinsler reaches. Andrews chops this one to third. Callaspo has it. The inning comes to an end, but Andy Chavez with a 2-run home run gives the Rangers a little more cushion. It's 5-0 Texas. And we're laying it all on the line. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today. And by Verizon 4G LTE. Built so you can rule the air. It's the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 8th. 5-0. I know there was a 5 in there somewhere. Easy for me to say. Alexio Gondo is back out there. It'll be 8-9-1. Trumbo, Mathis, and Asturis. Jumbo tonight 2 for 2. He takes a fastball for a strike. 2 doubles for Mark. 16th and 17th of the year. One ball, 1 strike. 4 strikeouts for Ogando. 2 walks, 4 hits allowed. Two and 1. Ogando, 17 career starts, has 1 complete game shutout. That was on May 23rd this season against the Chicago White Sox. But looks like Texas and Ron Washington have action going in their bullpen 2-2 now. Darren Oliver, the former Angel left-hander, and Mark Lowe, the former Seattle Mariner. He's on the right.
You see Ogando still with good action on that fastball.
Yep.
Challenged Mark Trumbo with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and a fastball count.
Chasing that pitch, and it's bounced foul. Two on its way. Trumbo flips this one foul into the seats. First base shot, so the count remains at 2-2. The other two Halos hits, a double by Eric Ibar leading off the fifth. When he tried to stretch it into a triple, he was thrown out. And Alberto Callasco with a one-out base hit in the fourth, extending his hitting streak to 7 games. Down the right field line, Nelson Cruz was shading him that way. He'll make the catch for the first out.
When we look back at Ogando's performance tonight, he pitched to his defense. When you have your outfield shaded the other way and you're consistently hitting the outside part of the plate, you're going to have some success.
Russell Brandon's going to pinch hit here for Jeff Mathis. Mathis ends the game going 0 for 2. I hate to say critical point of the game in the third inning when he came up and unable to sacrifice Trumbo over to third base. Ended up making an out. The Angels left 2 men on. And probably their best opportunity to score tonight. And at that point was just a 1-0 deficit.
Well, if you get them to third and then you're able to score that run and tie the ball game up, just the mindset for a pitcher becomes completely different. If you get through that inning like he was able to do, you build the confidence.
Brandon takes down and in. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And just like hitting is contagious, so is pitching. And you can see that by their results during this win streak for Texas. They've pitched extremely well, particularly out of that starting rotation.
2 balls and 1 strike. They've done it again tonight. On the verge of a 12-game winning streak, and more importantly, pushing the Halos back game further. A loss tonight, and the Angels dropped to 5 back in the West. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And that becomes even more critical for Dan Herron to set the tone tomorrow night, put up some zeros early in the ball game and let the offense relax and score some runs. You have to do that. You have to find a way to score runs.
It's a moot point right now, considering the way the offense has struggled after the All-Star break. Branyan works the pinch walk. A man on here with 1 out. Meister Stewart is coming to the plate.
Number 13, second baseman,
Third walk issued by Ogando. 109 so far.
70 strikes.
Meister takes up and in. The Stewart tonight 0 for 3. Ground ball to second, a line out, and a pop-up. Stewart looking to fly ball to right. Nelson Cruz moving over. 2 outs. Torrey Hunter steps in now with 2 outs. Branyan still at first. Torrey 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts and a walk. He's also picked up a stolen base. Takes a fastball a little bit high. The Angels at the start of the day and even 500 within their division at 14-14. Texas, on the other hand, at 17-9.
Seemed to be the case last year for the Rangers. They play very well within their division. If you look at the success the Angels have had over the years, it's always been the case too, playing extremely well within your division.
Two balls, two strikes. Sorry, taking that one away. In the ninth inning, Texas has Hamilton, Beltre, Young scheduled. Scott Downs was up earlier. He'll be coming on after Kahn went 1/3 of an inning, gave up 2 runs as Torrey checked his swing. They wanted to appeal. Rangers were running off the field. Oh, I guess Darryl Cousins rung him up. That's one way to go about it. Texas still on top, 5-0. The Angels with you this season by subscribing to MLB.tv today. And you can see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball is everywhere. Bobby Wilson takes over behind the plate. And Michael Kahn is back out there. Scott Downs just getting some work in. Josh Hamilton to lead things off, 2 for 4 tonight, double and a single. Kahn falls behind at 1 ball, no strikes. Hamilton ripping one out to straightaway center field, and Texas has a 6-0 lead. Second home run allowed by Michael Kahn. 13th home run of the season for Hamilton, his 53rd RBI, a 3-hit night for him. And he got the all-important one, the first one for Texas, and that was that 2-out double in the first inning.
Again, the ability for him to get his arms extended. When you look back at the pitchers that had success against Hamilton, it's fastballs in, whether it's a cut fastball, then back it up with a two-seam fastball, then throw slow curveballs to get him out in front.
Texas tonight with their 119th, 120th home runs of the season. Beltre tonight, a 1-for-4 game as Kahn falls behind at 2 balls and 1 strike. Beltre's won a double RBI as well in the first inning as he fouls this one back. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two on its way. Beltre pops it up behind the plate. Bobby will give it a look, but they'll run out of room. Texas with a total of 12 hits tonight. Tyler Chadwood, the pitcher of record, went 5 innings tonight, struck out 1, walked 4, gave up 3 runs on 7 hits. Rich Thompson did a terrific job in his 2 2/3. Beltre bounces 1 foul. And now Kahn, trying to finish things up here, has allowed 3 runs in 1/3 of an inning. 2 home runs allowed.
I mean, Texas getting some pretty good rips at the plate. Something you want to avoid if you're a pitcher. Comfortable swings. Best way to negate that is throwing that fastball off the plate to make them uncomfortable.
Beltre certainly not getting cheated with his swings. He never does. Rangers looking as if they're on their way to their 12th consecutive victory. They're the 2nd longest in team history. They had a 14-game winning streak back in 1991. They would up their lead to 5 games on the Halos. Full count. With Michael Young on deck. Derek Holland and Dan Hare tomorrow night, 7:05. A little bit of a late start today because of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And well, because I talked a lot.
Yes, you did.
It is what it is.
Did a good job, though.
Just read what's on paper. 3-2 on its way. Beltre hammering one to deep left center field. This one's got a chance to go as well, and it does. The Rangers go back-to-back home runs here in the 9th at 7-0. Well, at least get it out of their system, right?
Yeah, but again, I was never a big fan of comfortable swings at the plate. That was a good at bat for Beltre. He fought off some tough pitches and just kept that same approach. A firm swing at a fastball, and this time he connected and hits out to left center field.
And Kahn out there to soak it up. Michael Young steps to the plate now. No balls and a strike. Young tonight 1 for 3. Had an RBI base hit in the 5th. It was a 3-0 game with 2 outs in the 8th. Kahn walked the first batter at Napoli with 2 outs, then gave up the home run to Chavez. And here in the 9th, back-to-back home runs to Hamilton and Belcher. 5th time? Well, 5th time that the Rangers have gone back-to-back this season. Three balls and a strike. Kahn's thrown 31 pitches so far. And he walked him. Some movement in the Angels bullpen right now. Don't know if anybody's going to get up and loosen. I would imagine Bobby Cazaval might be an option. But everyone's just kind of hanging out right now. Nelson Cruz swinging from his heels. And it's no balls and a strike. Cruz tonight 0 for 4. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-2 count now. This one's popped up. Isturis is under it. 1 out. So an 0 for 5 game for Nelson Cruz. 1 out. Michael Young over at first, and here comes Mitch Moreland. Texas with solo runs in the 1st, 4th, and 5th innings. Multiple runs in the 8th, multiple runs so far here in the 9th. Moreland swings and skies one out to center. Vernon Wells does the play on it. 2 outs. So Young still over at first. 2 outs, and here comes Mike Napoli. Napoli's been on base every time tonight. Single, walk, double, and a walk. He scored 2 runs. Double that Napoli had, that was back in the 6th inning of Rich Thompson, his 12th of the year. And Napoli swinging from his heels. Still has plenty of fans here. That's pulled over to third. Callaspo has it. He'll go to second. They force out Young. The inning comes to an end. We hit the bottom of the 9th. 7-0 Texas. They're on their way to their 12th consecutive win, unless the Angels could mount an incredible rally here in the ninth inning. The Angels offense, 13 games before the break, an 11-2 record, a .272 team batting average, but since then, 1-3, on the verge of going to 1-4, and have managed just 4 hits tonight. So the average with men in scoring position. The opportunities have been there, and when they have been there, especially against the good pitching against Oakland, the good pitching they saw tonight, and Alexi Ogando, they just have not been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and you got to take it. That's the bottom line. You have to take advantage of those quality pitchers because they don't give you many opportunities. So when the opportunity is presented to you, you have to jump on a good fastball or force the issue as far as taking the extra base. Do the little things to be able to create opportunities to score and get those clutch hits. We saw Texas a number of times today get jammed on some pitches, but able to fight them off and get them to the outfield for run-scoring singles.
You saw Darren Oliver's in the game. He'll be facing Abreu, Wells, Callaspo here in the ninth. Bobby tonight 0 for 3. Alexi Ogando, 8 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, no runs, allowing 4 hits. On his way to pick up his 10th win of the season. Run his record to 10-3. Bobby late on the fastball there, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Chatwood would take the loss. Moved to 5-6 on the season. There's the 1-2. Bobby loops one down the line, and that one is going to fall foul. So Abreu strolling back to the plate with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The veteran that he is, conserving his energy. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off to the left. .705 start tomorrow. Be back over on Fox Sports West. That pitch is just outside, 2-2. There's the line on Ogando, 115 pitches tonight. Called strike 3, and there's out number 1. So 1 out. Vernon Wells steps to the plate. Vernon 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a couple of ground outs. A pitch missing outside, 1 ball, no strikes. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. Halo's taking on with left-hander tomorrow and Thursday. The Angels, average-wise as a team, have fared better against left-handed pitching than they have against right-handed pitching, a .262 average. That's versus the .250 number against right-handed pitching. That number going down tonight. Last game to become a final in Major League Baseball tonight. Everything else is in the books. 1-2. Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We have the right guy on the hill tomorrow night to reestablish the team. Dan Herron.
This one pulled over to third. Beltre's got it. Yes. Halos down to the last out here in the ninth, and it'll be Alberto Callaspo stepping to the plate. Texas getting the long ball from 3 guys. Andy Chavez, 2-run shot in the 8th. Hamilton and Beltre going solo jobs in the 9th. All 3 coming off Michael Kahn, who went 1 1/3. 4 runs, all 4 earned, 4 hits, 3 home runs. 1 ball, no strikes. Loss tonight. The Angels fall to 51-46 on the year. 5 back. And at home, 26-23. Little jam shot to Kinsler. That will end the ball game as Texas shuts out the Angels by the final of 7-0.
Well, when you look at how they were able to do so, the typical way Texas can win a ball game, hit the home run. They were patient at the plate, had some walks, used that to the benefit, scored 3 runs via a walk coming around and scoring. And of course, the pitching staff, Ogando was outstanding. 8 shutout innings. Texas, very good team, but Dan Herron on the hill tomorrow night to try to change the fortunes for the Angels.
Alexi Ogando picks up his 10th win. Tyler Chatwood falls to 5-6 on the season as the Angels get shut out by the final of 7-0. For Mark Kubazon and our entire crew here at the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas. Thanking you for watching Angels baseball, and we invite you to stick around as Angels Live is coming up next.